Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at different furniture ideas that you can use to fill up the interiors of your Minecraft builds. So I've split this video up into four sections. We've got kitchens, we have bedrooms, we have bathrooms, and we have just general furniture or like living room ideas. So, let's get into it. So first, you want to put something in your kitchen. Kitchens are very useful spaces because you can put your furnaces there. You can put like all your furnaces. You can store your food. You can maybe put a composter there, and like basically, kitchens are a very useful space to put very useful things. So making them look nice is equally a priority. So you've got a fridge. It's very simple, just 2 iron blocks. You could replace these for concrete or quartz or any sort of white-ish block if you're in survival with an iron door. You could put a button here to open the iron door and then put like a dispenser here or something if you wanted to actually store some things in there, but usually that's not necessary because these are very decorative things, but the white will show through the door on the top block, so just keep that in mind. Then we've got some kitchen display sort of areas with your furnaces. So over here it's more like of an old-ish kind of thing. You've got like a smoker and you have a gas stove and you've got your exhaust thing on the top. We have an andesite and like a polished and normal andesite floor. We've got some diorite stairs as a countertop, sort of mimicking marble. But yeah, I think this is really nice. I like using this sort of combination because this is like the oven and this is the stovetop, and it just looks like it's an actual functional kitchen. We have a more modern deal here, same style exhaust thing. Blast furnace to make it look more modern and industrial, and a different rail to make it look like an electric stove. That one looks more like a gas burner with the fire around it. This one is more like an electric stove that you'd see now. But yeah, and then we have some blue splashback, which is fairly common these days. I've just made it using blue stained glass and some blue terracotta, but you could do it any color. And I've just made sure that it doesn't look weird at the top by putting a bit of a ceiling here and then putting blue on top in place of where the ceiling would be. So you'd probably have your wall come up here so that this wouldn't show on a second story if you would have that. We got some dishwashers. So blast furnace. The blast furnace is actually backwards because this bit I don't think is necessary for a washing machine. And then you've got your trap door. You can put a slab on top if you want to put like a counter on top, or just make it look like you could have some buttons here to make it work. These could be incorporated into your countertop like these. But yeah, those are some dishwasher ideas, but that can be used for washing machines. And then over here we have some sink ideas with some overhead cupboards. Here we've got a composter, more like an old style sink. Look, they probably always had steel sinks or that sort of thing since like a long time, but different sink. You could put some compost in here. It's not the most ideal looking water, but you probably could. But yeah, I think this is a good looking like old sink for like a stable or something even. Then we've got a hopper, which is nice because it looks like the piping connects into the wall. You could make it go to the ground and put like an iron trapdoor in front of it, but it's up to you. Also, with these, I have what are they called? A redstone torch underneath, so that these stay up rather than just being flat on the floor. which is very smart. And then we've got a cauldron. You can fill this up with water and take it out with a couple bottles so it's not full all the time. But yeah, these are some nice sink ideas that I enjoy using. And then overhead cupboards, barrels. Barrels look like cupboards. They are a bit older with the strapping, but you can use it in a more modern day sort of industrial look. And then I've got some other ones. You could do this with any wood. I've just got the stripped log and a trapdoor in front of it. I think these ones work best because with these, the handle, or what looks like the handle, is on one side, and these are sort of, they look like they could come out to the side, but the other trapdoors tend to have a handle at the top or the bottom, which it could be a vibe, but it's not mine. And then I've got another sink idea. This one's a bit more fancy. If you had your floor raised up a slab, then you could have a sink made out of a minecart with that in it, which is nice. Like, you can't really see to this unless you're right over it, which is a bit annoying, and if it's up on the next block, then it looks a bit weird. But I think this is nice, like, especially with the rise of, like, big sinks, and it does look quite industrial, which is a very modern thing, I think. And then we've just got a seating arrangement. So we got some like big chairs for the end of the table with an iron door and a slab, and then some smaller ones with the trap door. Again, I've got the torch and a block underneath. But yeah, I like these. You could do this with any sort of wood. I just like quartz and iron. And then we've just got some basic storage. So you could have a pantry like this with the door in front, or you can have the door inside and have it just for show, but I like to incorporate a little bit of utility in there. And then you've just got your plain barrels. You could do this with any fully not transparent door, like with no holes in it or anything, but there's not that many of those. So yeah, that's kitchen. Next, we've got bedroom. So of course, in a bedroom you want a bed. Unless you don't, but like the whole point of a bedroom is that there's a bed. I have like a big bed with stripped logs, trapdoors, and signs. I would do another wood, but the bottom of the bed is quite similar to oak wood already, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I like this. It makes it look like there is a bed post or like a backing to the bed, and makes it look like its own separate thing. Like, even if there was a wall here, it would look nice. And these just add to that, so it's sort of supported on both sides, but without being super supported with a trapdoor, because it only goes up a certain amount in the block. Over here you've got a similar thing, but for a single bed, so with a trapdoor and a sign. And then you got sort of like a cot thing, which is nice. I actually quite like this. Obviously babies are not going to be that big, but it looks nice for a cot. And then you've got a very fancy bed. This is pink with dark oak. I like it. I've just put spammed banners, I guess, so it looks really nice, but you can actually walk in here. I've used fence gates instead of actual fences for the in-between the posts, and I think that just makes it look a little bit more delicate, but also like supported, like it's been wrapped around, the wood's been like wrapped around, so it's like suspended, rather than just having fences and it not really making much sense. With bedrooms, you're obviously not going to have just beds in it, but you can use the different storage facilities from the kitchen and from the general space, which we're gonna get to. But you don't really need that much in a bedroom other than a bed, maybe a bedside table and some flower pots, which I have in the pink bed. Bathroom. So you could also use any of the kitchen sinks, which I showed you before. But here's another bathroom specific sink, I guess. I've got the hopper because in bathrooms, or in water closets at least, you do tend to have smaller sinks, and hoppers are a great example of that. Tripwire hooks are my favorite thing to use for the sink, the tap, and banners are cool to use for mirrors. You could probably do like a cool fancy mirror thing, but I'm not good at banners, and I just broke it. So then you've got your toilets. I've done a big toilet and a small toilet. This one is actually quite chunky, but you can go up on it. And this one, you'd probably have a wall behind it. And then you just go on there. That's good for smaller bathrooms where you can't do something like this. Then we've got showers. This one is very modern without anything at the front. And you've got the tripwire hook again for the tap. I really like stained glass panes like this. I think it's like a very modern thing to just have it on both sides and not have anything at the front, no door or anything. But we do have a different one here. You could use a lever if you wanted for a lower shower, and you can make your showers different shapes with the stained glass because they don't connect if they're like this. So you can just walk in and it's quite nice. Then we've got baths, so simple quartz bath made out of stairs, and then a bigger one made out of prismarine. And I would have done it fully circular. Well, I say circular, like fully square. But I think it's really nice to add in a little bit of non-squareness to put a little mushroom in. And like this is a very big bath, but you can't really get baths smaller than this unless you do like a small square one. But I don't think you'd want to do that anyways. So big baths it is. And then finally we had living rooms and fireplaces and all the miscellaneous things. So we have a nice table, like coffee table, just something to put in front of some couches. We have a grandfather clock. I did this design in a server that I'm on, and I really like it. It's not useful basically at all, but it's got the time. And if you were to do it like with spruce wood, I don't think that would have the same effect, but you could put a barrel behind there and just get a bit more storage. And then I have some variations of the cupboards that I like to make. So this one, all of them have 2 barrels on the bottom and 1 or 2 barrels on the top with a trapdoor somewhere on either of the barrels, making it look like it's holding the top up. On this one, this trapdoor is on the block next to the barrel, so you can't put anything up there, but you can put something here, which I've done. On here, you can't put anything on the lower things, but you can put something on the top. And here you can't put anything basically anywhere, but it looks like a nice sturdy cabinet. Here we have a chimney and fireplace, which I like. I really like it. I just sort of make these. I keep this usual shape with the walls and then the stairs, and then a wall, because that makes it look like it's being sucked up, and then the wall will usually be here, and then I can build this into the outside, and I just sort of put blocks down until it looks vaguely like it just tapers into the top, which emits smoke because I have a fireplace up here as well. And then we just got some couch ideas. So this one's just wool with some carpet, very low. I like it. Here, L-shaped I like to use crimson or warped wood because it is a stair that doesn't look like it's made of stone, and your butt is not going to be really uncomfortable because it's made of stone. So yeah, I like to use these woods because they don't look natural and like they're made of wood. And then we've got some chair designs, so a singular chair. You could use this as a desk chair if you wanted. Here's a double one. And then there's this one. I'm not too sure about this one. I put this on the block above and it just looks a bit weird. But yeah, I'll leave that for you to decide. And then just a normal couch. So yeah, those are my ideas for a living room. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week.